Content warning. This episode contains depictions of violence and body horror that some people may find disturbing.
Hello and welcome back to Sagas of Sundry Goblin Mode. I'm your Dungeon Master, Amy Vorpal, and with me is your favorite, my favorite, the Terror Squad, played by...
Hi, I'm Dan Casey, a member of the Terror Squad. I play Phibbs, a skeleton wizard.
I'm Danielle Radford, also a member of the Terror Squad, and I play Busy, who is multi-classing as a bard and a rogue.
Ooh. Hey, I'm Jason Wynn, proud member as well of the Terror Squad, and I play Tippy, a goblin artificer with a gun.
Heck yes, and with all of this Terror Squad here, I think it's time to part the veil of reality. And as we do so, we are no longer on a set that is backed by wood paneling in a really modern and fun way.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No, we actually are deep underwater in the Earned Curve Fathom, just yards away from the Abysseum, where you are watching your rival and hated nemesis Kaya being taken to what seems like her sacrificial death. Meanwhile, in the slit that you see above, you also see Tippy, your crush, Kakara.
We're figuring things out.
Regardless, you're definitely MacGuffin. Who cares, like, objectively what the emotions are around it? She's who you came to save, and also there's Crandall.
And just a refresher, Crandall's in a bikini.
They both are.
Okay.
A bikini made of mostly shells tied together with seaweed and some coral.
Crandall's just wearing a clam on the front.
And with you to help out is Thresh, the sea spawn covered in barnacles,
That's right.
barbs, and with some extra tentacles at her disposal coming out of her elbows. She has suggested that you might be able to enter in Scythe of Aurelia garb, which Tippy, you, and Phibbs, you have chosen, which are silver latticed mask and crimson hooded robes that flutter in the water. And Busy, you have opted for the disguise under the concessions caterers.
What kind of concessions am I holding up?
Thresh is going to outfit you with a collection of stone cups with different kelp and prawns, clams, oysters as well. And it's just kind of a smorgasbord of a Chex Mix bowl for underwater.
Crustacean Chex Mix?
Underwater Chex Mix bowl,
Oh,
nice.
shrimp tails, great.
So Thresh says, all right, the main things you need to know when going in here, and I'll be around too, is the way that you get out is through the filtration system, which that will be around the bottom of the dome. It's gonna seem as though there's only sand there, more water, but against the edges, there's gonna be some openings and grates. There's some certain ones that are loose, but I'll be around once you have what you need to get us out if you come and find me.
Thresh, why is Crandall and Pecora being held? What for? What are they doing to them?
I mean, my sources say that Kaya presented them to the Scythe of Aurelia as gifts, that one of them, Crandall, knows a lot about what Unzu's up to, and the other one just seemed like Luxia might fancy her.
What? In what way?
Well, the way that these things work, like, he likes having her around, having a pretty, I hate saying this, but like something nice to look at. She's great, but Well, maybe it's.
I gotta get in there.
Okay,
Tippy
yeah.
bolts ahead actually.
Okay, so.
To go inside.
Okay, so you're swimming in. Are you trying to get into the dome before it closes? That slit at the top?
What are my options?
Options are, right now, the dome is still split open as the cadre of Merfolk Security and Scythe of Aurelia are escorting Kaya in from the top of the Abysseum, ideally to make a big grand entrance while everyone's, looking up. But there are 2 other entrances at the base of the dome.
And are people filing in through there, or?
It seems that no one is filing in anymore. Like everyone who is in there is already contained.
But is it locked? Is there a gate, or is it open?
Yeah, Thresh would know that it's not really locked. There are guards and things, but it's not locked.
And where's catering?
Yeah, catering. Thresh would direct you to a back area, back entrance.
And so that'll be easy to get through from.
Yeah, I mean, it's Thresh's best idea, best plan.
Well, seeing Tippy, I guess seeing the only people going in would be through the slit, right?
Yeah.
He makes his way towards the slit, trying to go in before it closes.
Well, let me ask, are you trying to be part of the cadre that's escorting Kaya?
Yeah, just Tippy knowing that Pecora is sort of being held and captured and sort of shown to everybody, and knowing that Luxier might be fancying her, he is just full of rage and envy and charges straight ahead to the slit.
You're gonna move right ahead. I'm gonna definitely say that you're going to be able to get there before the opening closes, and it's not gonna be without notice though, but it doesn't sound like you're trying to be stealthy. So as you zoom in, I'm gonna just say you bump into this crew. And there's 20 of them, Merfolk Security and those that are dressed like you. They don't say anything, but they're jostled by you.
Realizing this is probably Tippy's only chance at slipping in, Tippy's gonna try to trail behind without saying anything, at the very back of this cadre.
Okay, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Okay. 7. It's a 7.
A 7. They don't do much of anything, but the back 3 of them, all in the Scythe of Aurelia garb, do clock you, and they look and they exchange glances with each other. Obviously, they're on duty, so they keep their eyes forward, but they have noticed you. That's what you realize.
Just to be clear, Thresh was saying there's another way in apart from running in the top.
Yep.
What was that way in that she was saying? This happened so quickly.
This did happen so quickly. So it's more of the entrance, the audience entrance.
Okay.
Where in a normal stadium you might exchange your ticket. That would be if the dome is right here, at the base of the dome on the outside moving in, there are 2 tunnels that go into the Abysseum from the main thoroughfare.
Okay. All right, well.
Where are your guys, your little guys?
I have bolted ahead so fast without giving orders to Robo Tippy and Gun Tippy that they're probably still with Fibs.
Or it looks like, I don't think Busy would let them out of her sight. But
Or with Busy. They're with the
That's
squad.
the correct answer.
They're with the squad. Yeah,
okay, they're with the squad still. Okay.
Okay.
Fibs is caught so off guard by Tippy running ahead that he's just kind of staring at the whole time, at what he's doing, and then Fibs realized he missed his moment if he was going to go with Tippy. So he's like, I guess I'll go in the audience entrance and find him inside.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me.
Oh my God. Okay, so Fibs, you make your way to the audience entrance. You're not going to go in without any information. Thresh is going to help you there.
I presumed not.
Yeah, so Thresh is going to give you the advice that the Scythe of Aurelia, there's a couple of things that when they're in their mask, they don't speak. They do have a couple of signs or physical gestures that they can make to communicate. Yeah, thumbs down is one.
They also love hoots and shakas.
and shruggy emoji. I don't know. No, that one of them that implies severe reverence is basically touching your head, your forehead as low to the ground as possible and saluting from there, tapping your forehead. For yes, Yes is tilting your head back. No is slightly tilting your head down into the side. And pleading is moving your shoulders to protect your chin. Like turtling yourself. A little
Oh,
maybe.
please, I'm just a little cultist.
Okay. Oh, the other thing is when they're moving and swimming down here, it is impolite that anyone sees how many limbs you have, because different cultists have different amount of limbs or lack thereof.
This is going to be a challenge because I envisioned Fibs swimming kind of like, you know when you pull a nutcracker and all of his arms and legs fly out? We'll see.
Great. And the implication here is that especially undersea creatures have many legs or no legs or few legs, or some of these are oozes and they don't have any limbs to speak of. So it's more like we are all one and hidden by these robes. Okay. That being said, yeah, you make your way to the audience entrance. Of course, there's mostly merfolk security that you recognize from before, who began to escort you before Thresh took him out.
Got that Thresh murdered those two security that we were talking to about how they hate life under the oppressive paw of the Scythe of Aurelia.
Yeah, so as you approach, there are two stationed on either side of the tunnel, and then as you walk in, you see that the entire tunnel is lined with these merfolk security. But the two in front have their lances ready to attack.
Ready to attack me.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Or just like...
They are ready, they are readied.
Okay. Fibs is going to sort of try his best to glide forward in the water a little bit, just try to like swim as elegantly as he can and not maybe splay like a loose baby.
I think that'll be an acrobatics check or an athletics check.
All right. Two things I'm definitely...
Or a performance.
Oh, that is a natural 20.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, or a performance check too.
I remember a picture of a dolphin I saw once.
Yeah, this is the most graceful you've ever been, and who's to say?
I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're under
It's
the water.
happening, I think to myself.
Yeah, and the robes are just flowing so gracefully behind you. You're like a man on a horse just gliding through. Yep, there you go.
Wow.
Like a very tight baby.
You are the epitome of a Scythe of Aurelia member. However, these two guards do step in front of you, and one of them says,
It's already started.
And I go, pleading, bringing my arms and shoulders to my chin.
and they say, they look at each other, and he says,
Oh, right. They don't speak these Scythe of Aurelia.
And I move my head down to the side a little bit to indicate no, we don't.
If you interrupt the proceedings, it'll be our heads.
I tip my head back to indicate yes, I understand. Or maybe they take it as yes, it will be your heads.
Do you know where your seat is?
I tip my head back and say yes.
They will be flaying the sacrificial human at this point.
And I tilt my head back and say yes, as though I clearly understand that, and that's what I'm hoping for.
okay.
I bring my shoulders up to my chin in my best silent, please.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Let the shoulders do the talking.
That is a natural 1.
No!
Yeah, they refuse you entrance. They say,
We are not one to say no to a Scythe of Aurelia, but we do have our orders. You're too late.
I put my head down to left of my shoulder to indicate no, I'm not too late.
and they go,
And then I point at the guard,
What level member are you?
and I'm silent.
oh, okay, roll intimidation now.
Okay. Okay, that is a 16.
16.
Okay. 2 of us will go with you. You point us to your seat. What we're going to do is lead you there as if this was always part of the plan. So you go to where a person of your station deserves to be.
And he assigns 2 escorts to you.
Okay.
What do you do?
Nod my head
Back? Okay.
to say yes, and I will lead them
Okay.
through this checkpoint.
Great. So you've got 2 people on either side of you flanking you as you just float down this tunnel, swimming expertly. You find yourself inside the arena. And we'll say that you do as well, but I want to see how Busy gets in.
Okay, so I'm at catering.
You're at catering. You're in the you're in the back, and it's behind and beneath the dome. So
Okay.
there's just a kind of a natural cave made of stone. The little bubble containers containing different things, and you're able to have your tray with all of the cups.
Okay, great. Is anybody watching me right now?
Yeah, tons. Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
like paying attention to
Oh,
me.
not paying attention to you, no, but sorry, there are a bunch of creatures there.
There are a bunch of creatures. Okay.
And they're all different kind, the same as before. Sea spawns, some beasts, some fish-like creatures, some turtles. They're mostly creatures of the sea, people who would be servants. I would say that you as a skeleton would not be out of place here.
Okay, great. Do I see a team lead? Do I see anyone with a clipboard?
You do, yes. There is a team lead, and she actually,
And also to be clear, Robo Tippy and Gun Tippy are with Busy.
yes, is if you'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm gonna allow
If you,
I think.
Are you hanging with these 2 cool robots?
Yeah. Will they be your best friends forever?
So she's the team lead. You can tell she's a giant seahorse.
Right.
She is speaking in common or whispering,
Tight.
but she's not serving at all.
Does she look like she's sending people, like caterers or servants out in waves? Or
Yeah, in
people kind of
waves.
going on their own?
Yeah, in waves.
Okay, so Busy's just gonna go and kind of try to like meld in with the next group of caterers who are set to go.
Roll a performance check.
Tight. It's a 11.
She's going to come up to you and go, oh, hold on. I remember that there's a skeleton on my crew.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I actually came from a temp agency. One of the girls called off sick.
I'm so sorry for all of my choices that led us to this.
That concerns me. Which one of them called off sick?
It was one of the girls. I think it was Gills.
Oh, Gills. That could be anyone. So many people's nicknames are Gills down here.
I know, it gets so confusing. I believe that was Gills. She had a gorgeous girl. She had a great fish face.
Right. Okay. Yes. This has been a really hectic morning.
Oh, I know. It's been crazy.
So I am Varsish.
Oh, hello, Varsh. It's nice to meet you.
And your name?
My name is Pizzy. Damn it. As soon as it
Oh, it's a Pizzy. Pizzy. Got it. And which temp agency did you say this was from?
Oh my god, I believe it was with Clammy Girls.
The Clammy Girls. Right. Roll a deception check.
Could have also been Clammy Staffing.
What was that, deception?
Deception.
11.
11. Okay, you were rolling so mid, girl.
I know, right?
So why don't you hang back for a bit? So you don't have to go out just yet. We'll have a little discussion, and I just want to make sure that you have the skills required to serve the Scythe.
Oh, well, of course. I come with great references if you would like to see my CV.
Yeah, just come over here real quick.
Busy is kind of like, there's other people around and now she's out of the thing.
Yeah, she's in a throng that's moving on into the stadium.
Oh, I still have spell slots. I am going to...
Oops, still a bard.
Oops, all bars. I am going to cast Silent Image, and it's going to be the image of someone who is walking towards the front and they drop their tray.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank. Hey, Robo Tippy, make some clanking metal noises.
Robo Tippy starts like hand panning his own body.
Good nap.
Clank, 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 clank.
So all this happens. Go ahead, and this is with advantage. Go ahead and roll a performance check.
With advantage? Oh, well, okay, that was a natural 20, so that is
Nice.
a 23.
The seahorse moves into rage mode, and she goes directly towards the dropped tray. She goes, "This is the Scythe of Aurelia!" Her eyeballs are popping out of her sockets. She's fully distracted over there.
Busy uses that distraction to get with the group and starts like taking stuff up. Oh my god, let me help you with it. Like makes it look like she's grabbing a couple of things. That way, like she doesn't.
Yeah,
it's fake.
Yeah, it is fake.
And so, because if she touches it, it's gonna go away. But if Busy looks like she's helping,
Here, I got it. I'll just go ahead and put it on the rest of my things and go in with the group. Okay, bye.
Okay, persuasion with advantage.
first one's 15, second one's 16, so that'll be 18.
She says, "After this round, you owe me a conversation."
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and chalk it up as soon as I'm done handing out the clams.
Okay, you're all able to be inside the arena
Against
at this
all
point.
odds.
Yes. All odds. However, you're not out of danger. You are surrounded by 4 merfolk security.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
It was 2 on either side. There were gonna be 2, and then there were 4. You were promised 2, but given 4. And then you know that the Scythe of Aurelia are clocking your
Yes.
weird behavior. And yeah, your boss is a little sus. Or thinks you are sus. So as you move in the middle of the domed floor is that big sand dune. And on top of that is a stone slab that makes a stage. And atop that stage is a table. Also on the stage are 4 Scythe of Aurelia members and Kaya. Her body is chained around the table, and the 4 Scythe of Aurelia members are jabbing at her with a spear, whipping her with a big whip. They're grabbing at her. You can hear her screams, and the Scythe members themselves, I mean, it is silent. It is almost like this is the concert that everyone's been waiting for and listening to. And her screams echo throughout the chamber. It is really disturbing. One of the 4 that is around her does speak.
The circlet and the ring! That wasn't you, Kaya, was it?
And jabs her again in the calf with a spear.
But you promised the chalice and the spear. Liar!
And she takes another whipping, and these 4 Scythe members are rotating. While this is happening, all the members are just hanging out. They're floating in order up against the walls of the dome. And you do see the large creature on his own dais with Crandall and Pakara just sitting there watching it. Again, you can't tell body gestures, but everyone looks very, very still beyond the hazing that's going on with Kaya. Tippy, as the guards swam in and delivered Kaya to this state, I'm assuming you were among them, assisting, watching with the chaining of Kaya. After they finished, they moved into a circle at the base of the stage. You being there makes it not as equidistant, but you are able to be there.
Tippy stays where he is, sort of looking around to see if he spots his companions at all. And not addressing the fact that he doesn't belong there at all.
Great. Roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception, come on, dice. All right, 21.
Yeah, Busy's very easy to see. I mean, she's a skeleton serving.
Okay, yeah.
You would not know ahead of time what Phibbs is up to, and unfortunately, he does look like another Scythe member. So, but you do see a really important-looking guy being flanked by 4 merfolk security coming down the tunnel.
And can you tell me the geography of where everybody is? So where am I in relationship to my companions?
Okay, this basically seats about 1,000 members, right?
Woo!
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a huge auditorium, so it's 100 feet radius, okay?
Okay.
So 200-foot diameter situation. Then at the south are the 2 openings where audience entrance is. To the east is the dais where Luxier and his captain's guard and important people are sitting, also where Pakar and Crandall are to the east. In the center is you and Kaya and the Torture. To the southwest and below, well, you wouldn't really know this, but to the southwest and below, that's where the catering's coming from.
Torture, catering.
Torture, catering.
Snacks and torture.
And were you there when Thresh was telling you about the filtration system?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with the 21, you're able to see what Thresh was talking about. And those are, like Thresh said, little grates along the base of the dome. They seem pretty equidistant, but it does seem like there are maybe 20 of them that you could have access to at any point. She wasn't clear about which ones were loose or preferred.
Yeah.
But yes, let me see what you've got drawn, and I've got kind of the same thing.
Oh yeah, we're right on the same page.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
wanna see?
perfect.
Oh, it's like a big fish.
It's got little things.
It's got little things.
Wait,
Look at
wait.
the little face.
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shoot.
Okay, so
I'll figure it out.
first things first, I have sort of like a telepathic, like psychic, emotional connection with my homunculus.
Okay,
Right.
I thought I was about to say if you have that with Pakara.
All of a sudden.
Psychic rapport.
What about the descending stones? Do we still have any of those?
I chucked mine.
3 years.
Well, also Pakara did tell you the sending stones, at least the power that she was able to do, those lasted 24 hours. Past 24 hours.
It doesn't matter because I threw mine off the
That's true.
ledge. First things first, I want to mind warg into my homunculus, and I want it to tap Busy's thigh, almost as if it was like pulling the hem of her dress, or tapping her thigh, and sort of like gesture to the robed member that is me, sort of being like.
Okay, real quick, Busy, when you're serving your food, you're able to mimic what the other servers are doing, which is very, very subtle and slow service, and really going around. It's not like a big show concessions. It's more like a cocktail party situation where they can, pluck off the food as she's moving around.
Oh, perfect. It's very much like the like seen, like not heard, just like kind of
Absolutely.
gliding through.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tell me where these robots are in relationship to you.
Right now, I've kind of just got them scurrying kind of right at my heels.
First of all, will you roll a performance check?
Damn. That is a 9.
No.
You are moving around, but you're just in this kind of character. Like, it's just a little obvious that you're watching what other people are doing and trying to mimic it and be polite and look, you're still busy. Like, you're still, newly out of a dungeon. You think you're doing great, but
Stop spilling shrimp on me.
But at one point, a Scythe of Aurelia member grabs your arm and actually does speak and says,
You're being distracting.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to distract everybody from the big scary torture. I'm sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut. Shutting my trap, my big gap trap.
and you see that person does leave their seat and go down to where you came from, the catering.
Okay.
But meanwhile, the other thing that happens is that a robot tugs on your proverbial skirt.
Ow! What the? Ow!
And is able to nudge and point where Tippy is in the
Okay, and I see
circle of
Tippy?
cultists. At this moment, find Tippy. What it looks like is equidistant, about 20 people, 20 Scythe of Aurelia cultists, all around the base, very equidistant from each other, except for one guy who's like kind of squished in between two different people.
So I'm just gonna like, oh, that's a good baby. Just like kind of tap the robot and just like look at Tippy and just like
Okay.
a little wink.
Yeah, when you, with your telepathic, you're able to clock this.
I received the wink. Now, the Scythe of Aurelia, are they all different sizes
Yes.
of people?
Mostly medium, but yes, all different sizes.
Fantastic. Through my homunculus, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self. Please tell me if this is possible. On my Eldritch Cannon to make it look like a smaller Scythe of Aurelia cult member.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Because the homunculus allows me to cast spells through it
Okay. Okay, fine. Look,
with something called Channel Magic.
dear Lord. And so I like this. So we're gonna mess with ranges. We're going to
Yes.
say that because of the magic, because I don't think you'd be too far away from
The
your
homunculus must be
homunculus.
within 120 feet of me, so it's quite a large range. Unless I'm...
Okay, I'm sorry. That's so broken. That's so
It's
broken.
what it
I know,
says.
you're level 3 and you're busted. You're so busted. So we don't even have to come up with logic of why this works. It just works because
right there.
artificers.
It just works.
It just
does
works because
work.
artificers. Well,
Trust the
I
process.
guess you just do it then. So out of nowhere, at your heels is and you want it to be tiny or small?
I want it to be small.
Small, like
Yeah.
a goblin
Yeah,
size.
goblin
okay.
size.
Tippy
Yeah.
sized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tippy
like
size.
a 2.5 foot.
Like gun Tippy.
little guy. Okay, so out of nowhere, one of the robots at your feet turns into a Scythe of Aurelia hooded figure.
Oh my god.
And my homunculus is going, it's okay. It's not talking, but it's going,
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, little guy.
Just rolling to see if anyone around notices. Hey, that robot, which I didn't question for some reason, just turned into us?
You're not going to be able to know this, but nearby you're going to feel eyes turn towards you.
Okay.
And one person is going to kind of reach out and try to touch the new formed cult member.
As they reach out, I'm going to reach into my bag of snacks and just put like a clam in their hand.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Next time, don't reach around. You can just grab one from me directly.
Okay.
Clam. The worst thing to get handed.
Like, what?
It's a loose clam.
Okay. Okay. Persuasion check.
come on,
Come on,
Busy.
baby. Come on, baby. Come on.
I am pretty
Sorry,
hungry.
Busy.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that is a dirty 20.
Let's go, Big Piz.
Let's go.
Big Biz.
Okay, yeah, this one accepts the clam and directs their attention. A little cowed, also, you can tell, really also terrified. Not necessarily of you, but there is decorum in this, so they take the clam and return to stasis. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I want the disguised self Eldritch cannon to find like a spot like that it could just sort of just
seagrassy
blend.
knoll?
Yeah, just to blend in.
So it's going to file into where the gap was made where the person you were serving left and take their seat.
Okay. You said it's not weird that there's a skeleton. Are there any other skeletons that I've seen so far here?
That's a good question. This will be a stealth check, and we'll do DC 13. There are some skeletons. It's Fiends Union.
Okay, it's stealth check. That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Damn.
Here we go.
You said she was rolling mid, and now she's just
I know,
blowing
it's
out
right
marks.
when it matters. So yeah, that stealth just means that you are blending in. There are about 5 other servers who also are skeletons of varying genders.
Busy's gonna presuppose that if there are a bunch of other skeletons, if I move, that dude's not necessarily gonna know that like I'm the skeleton that he's looking for.
Yeah. There are others. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like kind of slowly, like very chill, move away from the spot that I was at so that maybe he'll be like, which one was that darn skeleton?
Okay. Are you
That
going?
darn beautiful skeleton.
There's this sentient gun in my seat.
Okay. You're gonna leave the cannon behind.
Well, actually, because I want to keep the cannon, but I don't think it's the worst idea to have the cannon in that spot because if Tippy can just like grab it at any time, having more coverage around us, I think, instead of like, I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea.
Okay, so you leave the cannon there.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the cannon. I'm
Okay,
gonna
perfect.
keep going with my.
And you keep going, you make sure that your path crosses with a couple of the skeletons so that ideally what they're thinking is they all look the same.
I mean, yeah, these don't sound like good people, so we're gonna go ahead and play
Pretty
on.
hurtful to hear you say that.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so you're doing that.
And trying, as I'm doing that, I'm trying to like inch closer to the stage, but still keep it super cash.
Okay, you are able to get closer to the stage, but only if you go to the base of the stage.
Then yeah, I'm gonna start walking toward the base of the stage.
Great, you are able to serve a little bit more. The next turn, I'll say you'll run out as people are taking their treats from you. What is Fibs up to? Where does Fibs go?
Since time immemorial, mankind has looked to the stars and asked themselves, where does Fibs go? Fibs looks around. He's walking very silently and elegantly, but confidently, like he knows where he's supposed to go. Inside, he's like, he's looking around to see if he can spot. He's looking towards the front. He wants to see if there's anything that looks empty or if there's something that's not filled in towards the front.
Okay, and this is by Luxier?
As close to Luxier as he can be with something that is like empty.
Okay, so hold on. Oh my God. Okay. I rolled a 20, and I think that means it is extremely regimented up on the dais where he is standing, the stone dais that's jutting out of the dome. And it's basically him, the 3 Scythe of Aurelia people, Crandall and Pakara, his number 2, it seems like his assistant, and then 10 guards or 10 Scythe of Aurelia members that could be guards or high counselors, people who are important, spaced out behind him in a very regimented spaces. But it would be 10 except there are only 8, and so there are 2 vacant spots right behind Luxier.
Fibs is going to do the most confident glide of his life and try to lead them directly towards there.
And the most confident glide of your life. I wonder what that looks like. Roll a...
Yeah, I wonder what that looks like too.
I think, I mean, that's either, it's either athletics, it's either athletics or performance.
Okay. 2 things I'm definitely good at. Okay, that's a 17.
17!
Yeah.
I'm so tense right now.
I'm also tense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get close, and as you get even closer, the merfolk, they just cut bait and run, basically. They're not going to get any closer to Luxier. But you float very gently towards one of those 2 empty spots. You pass right over Pakara, right over Crandall. Do you do anything approaching Luxier?
As I approach Luxier, I bow my head as low as I can without like tipping my hood and pause for a moment and then continue my glide.
Perfect. Yes, you do. And you see Luxier barely turn their head towards you and then turn back. And you are now situated at the very top dais as the others as the others accept you into that station. You have witnessed this from the ground that like someone might be returning from an errand.
Yeah, I have no idea that it's Fibs.
You absolutely have no idea.
Great.
Sorry. But
can I tell that if it's Fibs? Just
would you know that Fibs is coming in from the?
I don't know that I would
entrance?
necessarily.
I don't.
Damn it.
So you had already gone to the? Had you already gone to the entrance by the time I was?
I think that you guys have this like relationship that you would have made a plan. Like Thresh was there helping you, but even though we took the turn separately, that the decisions were made at that time.
I think Fibs was always under the assumption, and probably would have relayed this to Busy, that we're going to go in the front.
Yeah.
I think
you go in from the back.
Yeah.
And Tippy
went
rogue.
That's right.
And went in from the top. Which,
yes, I think we can safely assume that it would be very strange if you had separate plans and didn't relay them to. I mean, there was a time when that happened. So yes, you can tell that Fibs has made the bold choice to stand right behind Luxier.
Okay.
So Fibs, does he clock either Busy or Tippy? Does he have any idea where they are?
Maybe next time you'd be able to look around, but this is intense. And that role was really important. Like you spent all of your time pretending to be a top level Luxier.
I feel a bead of water drip down my skull.
Yes, a little more wet than normal. Okay, so perfect. You're stationed there. At this point, the leader calls out again.
We celebrate the Yesterdusters. What do we do with weakness?
And the entire stadium starts humming like this.
What do we do with failure?
And the humming gets louder. Oh my God. Performance check.
Very correct review. That's gonna be 12. Gonna be a 12, huh? Gonna be a 12.
Busy starts doing that thing. If you've ever been in choir and you can hear that somebody is off, you just start like singing a little louder to do pitch correction.
The uncertainty of not knowing if Tippy's doing it right is causing Tippy to anxiously speed up his cadence. Oh, man.
You see the two who are on either side of you, the Scythe of Aurelia guards, look and do subtle gestures with their mask and head tilts, and you can see, because you've noticed, Tippy, that 4 merfolk swim up to you and are gesturing for you to follow them.
I'm pretending like I don't see them.
The Scythe of Aurelia member who is next to you puts his hands on you and pushes you into
As soon as the
formation.
hand touches me, noticing their sort of subtle movements, and can I do the equivalent of whatever it is in Scythe of Aurelia talk, unhand me, you dog, sort of.
You can do what you think might be.
Okay.
But you don't know their language.
I don't know their language, but
So you blast it off?
I swipe the hand off, and then I point to a random Scythe of Aurelia member across from me, and I mimic the exact same motions that I saw them mimic about me, about the person across from me.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Okay, performance check.
okay, come on, please. Okay, 17.
Okay, so the entire stadium's shouting, and now you have 2 Scythe of Aurelia's hands on you, and they escort you with the 4 merfolk, and they are headed out of the arena, kind of where Dan came in, where Phibbs came in. That didn't work.
Okay, all right, perfect.
But they're leading you out of the stadium. Busy, you were able to see this.
As this is happening, can you describe the dais to me a bit more? Like, where is Pakara
Yes.
and Crandall in distance in relationship to Luxier?
Yes, okay, so the circle of the dome is about 100-foot diameter. The top of the dome is a little less, 75 feet high. So the dome is a little flatter, right? A little hemisphere that's flatter. The dais that comes out to the east is fairly massive. It's about 50 feet by 30 feet. It is about 40 feet above the seafloor.
Okay.
And the people are floating in that area on top of it.
And Pakara and
And
Crandall
Crandall are on top of it.
on top of it.
And you would be able to see that they are chained to something
How
on that.
close are they to Luxier?
Pretty close.
They're on the same dais?
Yeah, they're on the same dais.
Have I noticed what's happening with what's clearly Tippy?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say for sure. Yeah, like, why is someone being freaking escorted if it's not Tippy? But
Okay.
Yeah, this does seem abnormal. Other cultists are kind of looking and noticing.
I have another question for you. So the spell Enlarge Reduce, it says you can target an object. How large of an object does that entail?
You're thinking of a creature?
No, I'm thinking of an object like a dais.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'll allow it. That's an object.
Okay, so just to be clear, Phibbs and the important members of the Scythe of Aurelia are standing on a large dais, correct?
Yes,
And
yes.
Crandall and Pakara are there as well?
As well, yes.
Okay. Phibbs, guessing that it seems like dear sweet Tippy is being arrested and worrying, thinks it might be time to create a distraction. And so he subtly reaches into his robe and pulls out a pinch of powdered iron and sprinkles it by his feet and casts Reduce on the dais to reduce it in size.
Okay. And you just are able to do that. So,
It says, choose either a creature or object that is neither worn nor carried.
yeah. I mean, and your goal is to just make it smaller, huh?
So make it smaller so suddenly everyone drops.
Your dais does shrink. It causes everyone to look down and alarm. The speaker says,
Ah, Kaya! Looks like maybe you planned a rescue mission for yourself. Who here is loyal to Kaya, the leader of the Fiends Union?
and the humming and the chanting completely silences. And he goes,
Correct. Kaya, if you would be so kind and point out who is your ally here.
And he grabs her by the neck and just forces her to look at people in the crowd.
Point, Kaya, point, point.
And he starts jabbing her, actually stabbing her with a dagger and making her point, and she's crying, you can tell, and she starts pointing, and he nods, and a Scythe of Aurelia member goes up and lances one of their members.
Yes, today is a ritual sacrifice. Bring the body to me. Point, Kaya.
She starts willy-nilly pointing at people.
Okay.
So far, only
Okay.
How far is Busy from the dais?
from the dais. I would say, like, as close as you want to be. This is, yeah, right now this is...
So pretty decently close. So Busy is going to duck down in the guise of picking up a piece of trash. Oh my God, everything is so horrible. Kind of duck down. It's time. I'm gonna go ahead and like try to sneakily toss a dart at Luxier. Hi.
Yes, yes, yes. This is perfect. I love that you're doing this.
Andy, your face right now is incredible.
Not necessarily even to kill, but just to like make him like stop this with the torturing and the killing all of the people around.
Oh my God.
So even if it's like it hits anywhere that it would hit him in like the knee, anywhere on there is like good for me.
My knee!
Oh my God.
Roll to attack, Luxier.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's a natural 20.
Oh my god.
We're critting on Luxier. 24.
Yes.
You blow his knee clean off.
She throws a dart. It decapitates him.
Okay, that hits.
So that is, but it's not a lot. I mean, that's a 1d4 plus 2. So that is a 7 piercing. But I don't know where it landed yet on him. Well, it critted, so probably somewhere pretty good.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand.
Okay. Okay, so 7. Not great. Not great.
Okay, so you throw your dart, it hits him in his robes. Luxier looks right at you, and he nods to his second in command, and this being swims towards you, and though it is improper for folks to see beneath the robes, you can tell that this creature has 8 tentacles, basically. Mm-hmm. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom? 19.
You feel a surge of energy attempt to wash over you and control your mind, and you withstand that. However, as this being is floating towards you, others of the Scythe of Aurelia are pushing you towards them. You are not supported by them. They can tell that this being is coming towards you. Mm-hmm. There are about 5 other dead members that they made Kaya point to and they just killed. And they're being brought to the center of the stage, as are you now.
Okay.
By a tentacled creature. And they are beginning to chain you in the way that they were chaining Kaya.
Okay.
In this moment, I want to channel magic once more to my homunculus, and I'm gonna cast Alarm. And at the same time, I'm going to, under my robes with one hand, sort of fashion a little device with magical tinkering to, as the alarm is going off, it's going,
This is the Fiends United! We've got you surrounded! And we're here to take Kaya back! This is the Fiends United! We've got you surrounded! And we're here to take Kaya back!
and it's over and over again.
Okay, and this is just
Yes.
in the
It's resonating as loud as possible.
as-
So it's the chaos of the alarm and the sound is now as loud as physically possible.
Okay, you are chained. You are chained now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's too many people. You're chained up to where Kaya is, but everyone is looking around. You see Luxier float forward as he is looking around what could be causing this mockery of his summit. All the servers are moving back into the holding area, and you have just a ton of merfolk security already moving in.
As this
and
is
circling
happening as
around.
well, I stop concentrating on reduce, so
Okay.
the dais rockets back up to hopefully disorient some of the people.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, that'll at least do something.
And I pretend like I'm jostled as well, like, oh,
Okay. Sleight of hand or performance.
okay.
I just want to see if anyone's noticing you casting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have to use inspiration before you roll?
No,
Or?
you can use it,
you
yeah.
Then I'm going to use inspiration.
Okay.
Feeling inspired to not get caught.
Rare.
Okay, that is much better. So you said performance or
Sleight of hand.
sleight of hand. It's a 15.
Yes, so people are too distracted to notice who's doing this, but it doesn't affect Luck's ear. He's just floating forward, and yes.
In that distraction, the people who were trying to arrest me, are they distracted at all? Did they look away for it? Did they unhand me at all? Like,
Yes, I think the entire stadium. I mean, the water got sucked out of the room when Luxier got hit by a dart.
so in the distraction, I want to slip back into the circle and pretend like I'm also shocked by the distraction I've just caused.
Okay.
As if I wasn't just arrested.
Ooh,
That's so funny.
okay, yeah.
What?
This is going to be a disadvantage, but you can still do it. We'll just see what either stealth or performance.
I will roll stealth. Let's see. Okay, well, hold on now. All right. Are we in turn order?
No.
Okay, pretty cool. That's gonna be a 10.
A 10?
Yeah, that's gonna be a 10. Of course.
Okay.
Sneaking like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. So you're just kind of hamming it up. You're overdoing it. You are able to get back there, but once again, they just come and grab you one more time, maybe a little more roughly this time.
All right, that's it. I see that I'm out of options because I'm now afraid for Busy because I can see Busy's been grabbed, right? I can see that she just made an assassination attempt on Luxier, and I've made such a commotion. Tippy sort of, time slows down for him for a second, and he goes, I have to save them. I have to save them. I have to. I throw off the robes and reveal myself, and this like little moment of heroism for Tippy, knowing he's out of options. He's tried to be stealthy, he's tried to hide, he's tried to be cool, but he realized he didn't have enough information before he rushed into this situation. So now he's gonna reveal himself and he's gonna go,
Looks here, huh? Well, here I am. This could all end peacefully if you decide to release my friends.
Okay. What's your armor class?
oh, what's my armor class? Oh, what is it? Oh, it's 16.
16. Okay. So 1.
How many? Why do you
2.
roll so many dice?
I think we're messing with the wrong person.
Oh, you're rolling so many dice. How?
4.
Okay, that's a lot of dice.
5.
That's too many dice. How many?
6.
What is he attacking me with? A skyscraper? What?
7.
7 dice?
7 hits.
7 hits?
And
Okay.
and
So he's got.
hold
I
on.
might have a gun, but he has an AK-47.
And then a big one. Okay. So 7 hits. Every merfolk and Scythe of Aurelia member is attacking you.
Okay, yeah.
Who is
that's nice.
surrounding you?
Right, them. Those guys.
I'm not even going to roll it. I'm going to use the average is 48.
48 is going to be above my max HP, so...
So actually, you die.
Oh, okay.
You definitely take more than half of your hit points.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, you're taunting Luxier. You go down, they bring your body up to the stage with everyone else who is dead. Busy's not yet dead. You can take comfort that Pakara saw this, but you perish under the blades of coral rapiers. That's what happens. You see this, Phibbs, and Luxier moves towards the stage. You can tell he's had enough, and he motions, and the chanting begins again. So it is Luxier's big performance now. Your friend is dead and your other friend is chained on the center of the stage. We're gonna go into turn order. And so at this point, Jason, I am going to ask you to leave the stage.
Okay.
Let's take stock. Busy, you are chained up alongside Kaya and among several dead people. They're bringing Tippy's body up to meet you as well. And Phibbs, you are still on the dais where the dais has shrunk and grown, the source of which seems to no longer be important. What Luxier does is he floats all the way to the center of the stage where Kaya is. He doesn't say anything, but he scatters the rest of the Scythe of Aurelia people. He calls his second in command to him, and the second in command hands him a horn shaped out of a conch shell but wrapped in some sort of skin, a monster's skin. And he blows on it, and as he does, the slit of the dome opens back up, and all of the light that you remember seeing in the Earned Curve Fathom coming from the water, shining in from above, reflected everywhere. It goes dark, and all the cultists are looking at each other and looking up, and you can tell there is confusion even though no one is speaking. Phibbs, roll a nature check.
That is a 18.
An 18. By nature of what the light is doing, you can tell this is some sort of amphibious creature, but a large, gargantuan, ancient creature.
Oh, cool.
Enormous.
It's the classic Leviathan situation.
And Luxier begins pummeling Kaya, breaking her bones very easily. You still don't know his true form, but you can guess that it is thick and beefy and strong and just so full of evil. And he starts grabbing her and pulling her to pieces. It is a horrendous sight. Blood is clouding where he does this, and soon he gathers all of the pieces up and swims up to the top and basically feeds them to this massive beak of a maw. And the spokesperson yells out,
"The Scythe of Aurelia has allied with Naxara, the Dragon Turtle."
and the Scythe of Aurelia starts chanting again. Now we're gonna go into combat mode.
No, thank you.
We're gonna roll initiative because what happens next is Luxier moves back to his dais and the Scythe of Aurelia people move to the center and begin attempting to rip apart the dead bodies the way that Luxier did and feeding the dead bodies to this beast out of the dome. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Why every time must this be the roll?
What'd y'all get?
After you.
13.
Oh, okay.
I got a 9.
Okay. And
I'm going to attack Jason.
I know.
When I see him.
I know.
Oh, in real life?
Yes.
Okay.
Out of initiative order.
Okay, so the first thing that's going to happen, we're going to say at this point there are 10 bodies that are already dead. One of them is Tippy's. They are less interesting to this death cult. So for 3 turns, they're not going to be focused so much on the dead bodies. They're going to be almost infighting, warring with themselves, and there also is going to be massive clouds of blood. So it is going to be at least a lightly obscured area. You all are going to go, Thresh is going to get a turn.
Okay.
And for the most part, we can assume that you don't know what Thresh is up to between the blood, the actions, the distractions, what's going on.
Never will.
You, Fibs, are able to see some barnacled hands start working on the attachment where Crandall's chains reach what it's attached to on the dais, okay? For 3 turns, again, the main Scythe of Aurelia folks are going to be infighting and trying to rip each other to threads. Are going to be infight. I'm so sorry. I'm like really shook. Like this is actually crazy to me. But I just have to breathe. The Scythe of Aurelia for 3 turns. I'm so sorry. I might cry. Hold on. No. For 3 turns, the Scythe of Aurelia is going to be infighting before they turn to the already dead people. So that is their turn. Busy, it's your turn.
Okay, then since I can like move, because I've got like locks on the chains on my hands.
100%.
I'm gonna use my bones to pick the locks on my hands.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, that's sleight of hand, baby.
Perks of being a skeleton.
Did you just level into rogue?
She planned this whole thing.
Damn it! No. Okay, that's 10.
A 10. Not gonna do it this turn.
Okay, I'm gonna keep trying.
Okay, perfect. Fibs, what do you do?
Where is where is Picara?
She's near Crandall.
She's near Crandall.
Yeah.
Okay, so Picara's right there.
And you do see the barnacled hands. I think at this point you'd be able to have at least a small communication.
Yes. And where is Tippy's body?
Tippy's body is amidst the bloody cloud in the middle of the arena.
And where is the drain?
There are many filtration systems around the base of the dome.
Okay. Can I see Busy from where I am as well?
Yes.
Okay, I have 3 turns, correct?
Yes.
Fibs is going to run over to Picara and try to use his bone finger to pick the lock on her chains.
Sleight of hand.
That is a 16.
That'll do it. You and Picara are now free.
Okay, Picara and I are now free. I'm going to whisper to her, "It's me, Fibs.
Oh, it's you.
Get to one of the drains."
She points to one of the
One of the drains?
Yes.
Get to that one.
And she
Okay.
says, I've got Crandall.
Go get your friends.
Okay, I'm on it.
great, that's your turn. What you see with the guards is some of the members are just being really chaotic in the center. All of the merfolk are going to take up stations on the outer ends of the domes, as well as the entrances, close the doors into the dome, and then others of the Scythe are going to also take up stations on the outsides of the dome. So it's like some of them are coalescing in the middle while others are spreading apart, and they just look really still and watchful. Meanwhile, some people are swimming up to this dragon turtle to feed it and getting chopped up themselves.
Damn.
It is a mess.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Thresh's turn again. Are you still there?
I'm going to run towards the ledge of the dais so I can keep an eye on Busy
Okay.
to see if she frees herself.
Yeah, cool.
Because
Okay.
I know what Skelly Hand can do, and I know
Yes.
that Busy is
Capable.
she's the best of us.
Yes, so you actually are able to see that Thresh gets in a tussle with one of these people on the dais and successfully shanks them before removing Pakara and Crandall from the dais.
Great.
The Scythe of Aurelia is going nuts on each other. The blood cloud is getting bigger and wider. Busy, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to pick myself out of these chains again. That's an 11.
An 11 is not going to do it. Is there anything that you have that could grant you advantage? Because I am on your side. I do not want 2 people to die today.
Me either.
I almost will accept anything.
Maybe,
It's fine.
well, I don't know if the
That's already
homunculus
in
is still
there.
alive or
Well, am I allowed?
Oh my god!
And there's also the gun in the audience, but I don't know if that's alive anymore either.
Oh yeah, I don't know what
I
happens.
don't know how artificers work.
Well, I'm gonna have to say.
Well, I have the rings. Is it possible
The rings
that I
of
can
control.
use one of the rings of control to be able to control the little guys?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Ownership of the homunculus servant. I'm gonna say the cannon itself, like that already was
robes
broken.
disappear.
Oh, the illusion is completely done. But yes, the homunculus servant is under your control for sure, and he's already near you.
Okay, so then now I'm gonna have the homunculus servant just come up and get me out of my chains.
Okay, Robo Tippy is going to provide the help action and go ahead and roll with advantage.
And with my sleight of hand?
Yes,
so
I-
that's 21.
Hey, Robo Tippy.
Okay, Busy, you are free of your chains. You are in the middle of a bunch of carnage, but you would be able to move out of that.
Okay, we do have dark vision for when it's dark. Does that count for blood vision for when there's blood?
Yeah, because I think dark vision counts for like heavily obscured stuff. So
Yeah.
so yeah, there you go.
So, if possible, what I would like to do while everyone is distracted, since I can see Tippy's body, I want Robo Tippy to go get it while I'm going away.
Okay, he is small and tiny. He's about a foot in length, and so swimming with Tippy's body isn't gonna work, but he is able to go to Tippy's body. Fibs, it's your turn.
I see what Busy just did, and I give like, that a girl, let's go. And I point down to you, Busy, get to the drain, get to the drain.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go like swim dash over to the drain.
Fibs knows exactly what he has to do. He swims over to Tippy's lifeless body through the clouds of chum to find his chum. And he grabs his lifeless body, and I'm hoping this works because Tippy is currently no longer alive. He's just a large, meaty object. Fibs is going to hold him tight in an embrace and hopefully get his arm around Robo Tippy as well, and look at the drain, and a silvery mist envelops them as he casts Misty Step to bamf to the drain.
So you disappear and you reappear right next to Busy, next to the drain that Thresh pointed you to. It's now the guards' turns. You see them almost like closing in, moving away from the sides of the dome. It's Thresh's turn. She's gonna meet you down by the drain with Crandall and Pakara. They are shook, they're silent and just watching. And she's going to remove something, tinker a little bit, and then all of a sudden, she's going to place her hand on the wall within where the filtration system begins, and a huge current begins, and it starts sucking. And she throws Crandall in, and she throws Pakara in, and she goes, you're next, you're next.
One second. And he looks at Tippy and just says, Loof? Are you there?
Tara!
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you, Unzook. And he looks to Thresh, and Fib says, You can cover our escape?
Yeah, I got you. You gotta go.
All right. See you on the other side. And so I jump in.
Yeah, and I just go ahead and I also join in the Deadly Terror water slide.
Okay, and that is all you know as you are being sucked somewhere with your dead friend's body in Phibbs's arms. And that is where we will end this episode of Sagas of Sundry Goblin Mode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch us next time to find out what exactly happens to Tippy, Unzug's goblin.